Welcome back to another episode of Mind of the Fox. I'm your host, Narchi, the Healthy Hoodlum. Okay, so this is just part 2 of our Hood Bible Study intro. Last episode, we quickly talked about just housekeeping rules and me just kind of talking a little bit about foreshadowing, just kind of weed out the people that don't need to be here because don't leave no negative comment. Just don't listen to me. Okay? Okay. I didn't say this last episode, and I forgot. It's crazy how people. Oh no, I did say this, but I just want to reiterate this. I want to say this one more time. The church will say God can be whatever you want God to be, and then you look at pastors, preachers, ministers, whatever. It's just their interpretation of the word. All I'm giving is my crazy mindset and my crazy interpretation of the word. Things that I've picked up studying this Bible, studying other religions, reading probably over 40 something books that deal with spirituality, right? In the last probably 5 years, I've probably read 40 something books that's not the Bible that deal with the Bible or deal with spirituality. You understand me? So in my eyes, I look at the Bible as just a book. Just a book. Not the end-all be-all book. Now, it's a great reference book, but in my eyes, it's just a book. And how I look at every book, it may not be like the entire book may not be. Let me say that over. The entire book may not be for you, right? But there is a passage or two, if not more, that may be in there for you. Some books I read the whole book and only highlighted one thing, but that was that one thing I needed out that book. Now, there's more than one thing in this Bible, right? But you got to decipher what's for you. So how I really got into doing this is my great grandmother passed away almost 2 years ago. Almost 2 years ago. This is her Bible. This is the Bible. She actually had 2 of them, right? This is the one that I keep, and this is the one my mom keeps. And she had a Bible dictionary. I'm like, okay, all right. So I was already kind of learning and studying, but then it really went into overdrive when I started reading the stuff that she was writing. And then I really had to understand it was some people back in the day that had different ideologies and just couldn't speak up. They had questions, they just couldn't speak up. They just had to go with the programming. I ain't got to just go with nothing. I'm speaking up. Some stuff I don't get, some stuff I don't understand, some stuff don't make sense, and we go stop with the bullshit. We are stopping. We are stepping into real relationships. We're letting go of religion, and I want you to have a relationship. Religion has controlled so many people into not getting, I believe, as close to God as they could, because they couldn't challenge what they heard in that religion. The one thing that made me want to really dive deep into this thing, opening up the Bible, right? My grandmother's Bible. This is the death page. I'll show you. She wrote all in this stuff, and I'm like, okay. First thing, it messed me up because I already knew this was true, and I'm just wondering why we still like doing the BS. But it says March. John was 6 months old when Jesus was conceived. September 29th is when Jesus was born. Wait a minute, Grandma. Wait a minute. We have all known this. Why as a church are we still celebrating December 25th as his birthday? Come on, we're just observing. No, we stopping the bullshit. The older generation couldn't speak up. Now, I'm speaking up. Why my grandma put that? September 29th. So you best believe I'm doing all my kind of research to see that real day because I thought it was more like springtime. I heard springtime. She put December. I said, what? That messed me up, yo. That messed me up to read that because I'm like, the older generation knew stuff that they couldn't talk about. We talking about it. We talking about it. I did my research. I got pages of research, pages of knowledge. You did. So let me do a quick little tidbit. The church. Because I didn't say this last episode, and I want to really say this. The church is the most of the world people I've seen. Talking about be in the world, not of the world. You're of the world. That one example is why I say you're of the world. Why do you celebrate all these holidays when we know they bullshit? When we know they pagan? I don't get it. I don't understand it. The two holidays that's messed me up is both surrounding Jesus. They were both surrounding Jesus. Jesus' death and Jesus' birth are damn near the same thing when it comes to holidays. Roll with me on this one. I like to do it on TikTok. I'd be like, roll with me on this one. Christmas, we can agree he was not born on December 25th, so we lying already. Okay. Christmas is his birth. Easter is his death. Christmas, you get gifts. It's his birthday. I'm trying to connect this. I don't understand why we get gifts. It's just because I don't know. Like I said, we gonna talk about this. These are questions that I had to go deep into myself with. Easter, you get gifts. Again, it's about his death. I'm not understanding. I'm not understanding how we're getting gifts for his death. I'm not getting it. Easter baskets, the whole Easter eggs. I don't get it. I don't understand. I don't get it. I don't understand. Okay. Christmas, you sit on a white man's lap and take a picture. Roll with me on this one. Easter, you sit on a white bunny's lap and take a picture. Now here's the funny thing. In the malls, it's the exact same places where you take these pictures. And it be Christians with their kids in line taking these pictures. I'm like, are you not of the world, cuz? That's the most of the world shit I've seen. So just lies across the board. We lying about it being Jesus' birthday on Christmas. And then we lying to kids telling them that somehow a bunny and eggs is connected to the resurrection. Not one Bible verse in there talking about Jesus being a bunny. And why are we telling the kids they lay eggs? Colorful eggs at that. Again, I be high trying to understand this. Maybe y'all need to get high. I'm just saying, because I be trying to understand this. I be trying to connect the dots. What's going on there, church? That's what I'm saying. I'm done with the BS, yo. Let's call a spade a spade. You're of the world and you're the problem. That Cat Williams video you're part of the problem. Church, you're part of the problem. You really want to step up and be gangster and be what God said in his Bible? You supposed to go against all that shit. You supposed to stand up first and foremost and be like, nah, cuz that ain't it. That ain't right. That ain't true. That ain't it. We ain't rocking with that. We ain't observing nothing. You supposed to be on your Black Panther type stuff. No, we going against it. Fuck all that bullshit. See, I was trying not to cuss, but you got me all riled up. Cause I really be thinking, how y'all just sit here allowing this BS to happen in this world, man? Cause you so of the world that you don't even see what's going on. But all right, that was just a quick little tidbit. It's the church's fault, and I'm here to become the new church. I don't want no people. I don't want no, like, how you say it? I don't need no pulpit. I don't need none of that. I don't need no building. I am the building. I am the church. You meet me. You meet God. And I always say that. Can people see the God in you when they meet you, when they're around you? Do you got to claim something in order for people to know what you is? I ain't got to claim not a damn, and people can see the God in me. You feel me? How I live my life, how I talk, how I walk in faith. You feel me? How I literally speak a high vibrational language. I don't speak low vibes. I speak high vibes. I speak that Christ consciousness. You dig? Okay. I know we're going to talk about the Bible, but another tidbit that I probably should have said last episode. Stop saying the world is fucking ending. Your world is ending. I'm not living in that. Christ consciousness is coming back. Christ consciousness. My days ahead of me is better than my days behind me. Your motherfucking world is ending. Don't tell me my world, we living in our end. Stop saying that dumb shit. Life and death is in the power of the tongue, dummy. So the more people that get into that consciousness that the world is in it, you damn right we dig in our own fucking graves, keep speaking that speak life, not death, cuz. Yeah, we in some crazy times, but you be the light. You be the difference maker. You be the change you want to see. Stop giving into that. I don't feed into that now. Man, the best is yet to come, bruh. And I can speak on that because these new kids, these new pandemic babies, their consciousness is crazy, yo. The better is coming. Your better days are ahead of you, not behind you. Speak that, right? You're the head, not the tail. That's what this say, yo. Start speaking that. Don't, oh, we in our end time. We in the brother. Shut that shit up. You go. I ain't going. You ain't bringing me with me. Life and death is in the power of tongue. I'm not seeing the end of the world because I'm gonna be the part of the change. I'm gonna be part of the consciousness that raises that shit to get so God could be like, nah, let's not end it yet. We got some soldiers down there that's still working, that's still doing what they're supposed to do. That ain't just sitting around talking about the end of the world is coming. So unless you go get up and try to change the consciousness on this damn planet, shut up with that shit, cuz. For real, that get on my nerves. We in the end time. Your end time. You go. I ain't going. What the fuck? Alright, had a little moment. Cause people trying to kill you. You don't even know it. They speaking death on the whole planet. You kill your goddamn self. Don't try to take me with. Shit, I ain't seen my riches and glory on this earth yet. I'm not waiting to get to no heaven and no. I want to experience all the good shit on this planet. If I can see people do it, I want to try to do it. What's wrong with y'all? Got me in a little tiff there. Anywho. Okay. Those was two quick side notes. I really want to talk about the Bible now in a nice way, but it's going to be hard because there's a lot of truth that's about to come to light. So anywho, if you're going to learn about the Bible, you need some references. First thing you need is to understand this book has been edited. The King James Version of the Bible is the top seller in books sold around across the world. I want y'all to look into that man King James just a little bit. I researched him for about a week. There's some scary shit in there. I'm gonna tell y'all right now. I don't know how true it is, but they say he was part of the LGBTQ community. They say he had like 2 or 3 boyfriends. I'm just telling you what I read. I'm just telling you what I researched. Read it for yourself. That's the first thing that caught me off guard. That bro was LGBTQ. Ain't nothing wrong with that. But then you got the whole people that will tell in the Bible and say God don't like that. So, okay. Secondly, he hired almost 40 different scholars to translate the Bible. But here's the thing, though. What the fuck you need 40 different people for to translate? This is how I see it. You got a bunch of 40 people and they're all writing in ways that, right? So a bunch of, okay, let's take it to the streets. I will always go street. I come from a hustling culture, so my mindset always thinks hustling. You got a bunch of ghostwriters in there writing a rap, right? Everybody put in a little bit of their 2 cents. I put that sentence, you put that sentence. I put that sentence, you put that sentence. Before you know it, the artists get it. It's a hit. King James was the artist. The 40 people was the ghostwriters. They didn't translate shit. They was writing different versions, coming up with the Bible. That's not alarming to you? Translate means you probably only needed 1 or 2 people. 1 or 2. So, oh no, we needed all them different people for different languages. Like I said, you do your research. They wasn't translated into different languages. Nope. It was being translated into English. You don't need that many motherfuckers to translate a book. That's all I'm saying. But you do need that many people, and they were scholars. I mean, like, world scholars. You do need that many people if you're trying to change something, because now you need different people to come in agreement. So you're trying to, all right, let's say 30 people wrote it this way. We're going to go with the 30 over the 10. You feel me? Like I said, I always think a little different. You know what I'm saying? Y'all got to catch up. So look into King James. That's the first and foremost. Personally, the Bible it is kind of scary there. Secondly, unless you speak Hebrew or Greek or Aramaic, you'll never know fully what the Bible says. Never. I posted something like 2, 3 years ago, and I was just talking about the beginning of the Bible. Like in the beginning, I have followers from all over. Somebody from, I believe she's in Egypt, something. One of my followers told me there's a version that's in Greek that says not in the beginning, in a beginning. Do you know that changes the whole totality of the Bible if that's true? In a beginning means there were multiple beginnings. A beginning, not the beginning. The means this is it. That was the beginning. In a beginning means there's multiple. So unless you speak Greek, Hebrew, Aramaic, and you fully can read that version of the Bible, I don't think we'll ever get the full totality of what was given to Jesus in them. You know what I mean? At the time, I'm just being 100. Just saying, you know. I had to do my own research. When I looked into it, it was like you had the Torah, the Tanakh, the Bible, the Quran. And then I started thinking, why you got all different 4 versions? And then that messed me up because I'm saying how those 4 versions led to 4 different religions. And those 4 big religions are now kind of like causing havoc on this earth because they're all trying to say whose book is the best. Can we just come into agreement and stop trying to say this book is the best, this version is the best? That's why I'm kind of over the whole church and religion. You guys been fighting over who's the best for a long time, and you're losing. You're on your DJ Khaled, but you're losing. We the best, but you're not though. You're not. Evil is winning. I know y'all think, oh, you can't say the best days. No, right now evil is winning. The best days are coming, but you gotta admit the shit is bad right now, cuz. So can we get beyond the beginning of the? Who knows? We wasn't back there, yo. I wasn't back there. Was you back there? I wasn't back there in that time. I don't. You know what I'm saying? I want to learn Aramaic and Greek, but that's gonna take some time. So until then, I can't take this fully as just the only book I gotta read and live off these principles because it's like it was edited. I don't speak the original language it was written in. I'm almost doing some dummy shit where I'm just reading some shit that they told me to read as true. Book of Eli is cold. The movie with Denzel. Everybody was trying to kill him because he had the one Bible, because you get that Bible, you get power. This book has turned into power. Power has turned into chaos for people, yo. Instead of trying to save souls, they were trying to just get physical people in their armies. So treat it as a book, not the Holy Grail. Because in just my opinion, God has moments where God looks down at his people that's supposed to be out here changing the world. Like, why are y'all fighting each other over this shit? What are we doing? Have y'all ever thought about that? That there are people in the Middle East that's been fighting over who God is the best? I think about that shit all the time. I want to double back to King James because I'm looking at my notes. He had 15 rules that the scholars had to follow. I'm going to double back to that. I forgot. He had 15 rules that they had to follow. And it was 46 to 50, not just 40. My bad. Moving on. The Bible was incomplete to me. And that's why I can't look at it like the Holy Grail. I'm going to say it again. The Bible is an incomplete book. Gospel of Thomas is Book of Enoch. Those are the 2 big ones I've kind of found that was, I don't know if you want to say left out, not in there. Why they leave them out? That's all. I read both. I read Enoch and Thomas. Thomas is definitely written in more like parable type talks. Like I got some of Thomas' famous ones I wrote. Let me see. It said, Jesus said, don't lie. Don't do what you hate, because all things are disclosed before heaven. After all, there's nothing hidden that will not be revealed. There's nothing covered up that will remain undisclosed. Why they left that out? That sounds cool. All right, this is another one from the book of Thomas. The disciples said to Jesus, tell us what heaven's kingdom is like. He said to them, it's like a mustard seed, the smallest of all seeds. But when it falls on the ground, when it falls on prepared soil, it produces a large plant and becomes a shelter for birds of the sky. Other people talking about mustard seeds. Why Thomas can't be in there? I'm just saying, you got to do your research. It is a fact. The book of Enoch, the Gospel of Thomas, they could have been in here. Why they ain't? Why they ain't, bruh? And then you got years missing from people live. That's the scary thing to me, cuz 18 years is missing from Jesus' life. And we don't talk about that enough. I'm going to say that again. 18 years is missing from Jesus' life, and we don't talk about that enough. After 12, it's an account of him talking to his mama. He talking about he go help the people, the older people in the church. He about to go teach some people, right? He didn't fully come into his power. He knew who he was. Supposedly, it seemed like his mama didn't agree with him leaving the house, so she put him on a little grounding. So he was grounded for 18 years. After you, there's a big gap, and that's a mystery thing going on right now in the world. What happened in them 18 years? Because what you not gonna sit here and do is act like you wasn't mischievous from 13 to 30. That's what we ain't gonna. Well, we ain't gonna do. That's what we ain't gonna do. I at least my high school time and my early 20s. I was out there having. Yep. You just, what was you doing around that time? I think, in my humble opinion, why they left it out, because that was the years Jesus wasn't walking with God. He was out there doing his own. He stepped in, he had his little pump, his chest pumped up, came into maturity, got a little hair on his chest, you dig, he out there like, I don't know what the fuck y'all talking about. I'm the Messiah. You know the fuck you talking to, cuz? That's how I would be. You let me find out I got them powers. I would have had a few moments where I was like, who the fuck you talking to? And then see, he had to calm all that down. God had to, get all that ego up out of him. You know what I'm saying? He had to humble him. And then we see him at 30. That's typically the time you didn't got humbled. You didn't went through some shit. You didn't sat your ass down. You didn't have to, some stuff got taken away from you. You feel me? And now you're a little more wiser. You feel me? So what happened from 12 to 30? That's my only question. What happened from 12 to 30? Incomplete. I can't police say it's the Holy Grail when there's big chunks missing. Y'all want to paint him as this perfect being, but I'm like, there's 18 years he may not have been perfect. And that doesn't matter. Yes, the fuck it does. Let 18 years of my life go missing, and y'all, screaming out, what was you doing? I can't sit here and talk certain things and have 18 years of my life just missing that you can't dissect. Now, you can dissect all that shit. I would be an open book and tell you what was going on. I was out there trying to be in the streets, and in high school, I started dealing with women, like really started dealing with women. I became like a little ladies' man that kind of ventured on into, college, the first year in college, and then still back out there, doing just a little bit of hustling and whatnot. So, what was Jesus doing from 12 to 30? That's my only question. And nobody really has that answer. So, I can't look at this like a complete book. That's all I'm saying. That's all. 70 years is missing from Abraham's life. We meet Abraham at 70. We meet Noah supposedly around 500. Time out. What was he doing for the other 500? That's all I'm saying is sometimes we'll meet these great figures of the Bible, but a lot of their lives is missing. If they were in today's time, we would look at them and go, what was you doing before that, cuz? And that's why I believe it's our duty now to become the new face people can look at. I used to say rewrite the Bible, and so many people say, don't say that. I'm like, that's kind of what it is. And why I say that, because I'm writing a book my damn self, right? I am writing a book with over probably 10 biblical quotes, another 5 or 6 spiritual type quotes that's not in the Bible will come from spiritual, type people. So I'm like, we got to understand God gave other people knowledge to put out there that you should follow. Not just these people that wrote the book. And do you know the Bible was literally nothing but letters that's written from a lot of people that was in prison? That means we should be listening to the prisoners more than anything, because most of these good scriptures are nothing but letters that was written to other people talking about this is the account of what's going on. They were just updating them. It's like literally a whole bunch of letters back and forth from prisoners. That's the Bible. That's the Bible, yo. Just think about it. I'm reading this book right here. I'm like midway through, right? So far, bro has probably about 8. I'm thinking about 8 or 9 actual biblical like quotes. He took scriptures from the Bible. Power of the subconscious mind. Read other things than just the Bible. Use this as a reference. What I mean is, this is the book that you structure the house off of. This can't be the house. Ooh, I finally connected it. It took me a minute. This is, I never had that analogy. You're seeing me in real time have this. This is the foundation of the house. This can't be the windows. This can't be the shutters. This can't be the doors. This is a great foundation, an amazing foundation, right? But you need dictionaries, and not just a Bible dictionary, any kind of dictionary. You need to learn the words that was said in this book. You don't know every word. You don't know every meaning. You don't know every prefix, suffix. You need other books to help build that house. Oh, thank you. In real time, y'all saw that. This is the structure of the house. Pick up other things that are godly, that can help you train your mind, your body, your soul. Right? I'm writing several books. One, the first one that's about to come out, I'm Possible. I already wrote an ebook and I put it out. I didn't like it, so I pulled it back. It's going to be the second edition. That's the mind part. I lost 240 pounds. I got something to say that can help people. That's my second book. I'm talking about the weight loss journey. I'm writing books that are helping people step into the best version of them, which is their God essence. So you saying they shouldn't read my book? Because I'll punch you in your face. I'm like Kenyon Henderson. That's one of my dudes. That's one of the pastors I rock with. Kenyon Henderson and Pastor Mike, Big Mike, Mike Jr., Michael Jr. Not Michael Todd, but Pastor Mike Jr. got big beard. And I like Stephen Furtick. I like him too. There's a couple of them, but then my 3 I fuck with them. But Kenyon, I'll be like, I'll fight y'all if y'all tell people they shouldn't buy my book. Because again, my book got all up in that thing. You dig? I'll fight you. What you talking about? So you can't make this the end all be all. This is the structure. This is the base, the foundation of your house. Then you fill the house with other good stuff but then you gotta understand God has ordained people in this time to lead the new Christ consciousness. Y'all gotta get on that wave. Foundation, and then get the lights, right? Lights, shutters, windows, doors, furniture. That's the other stuff, right? That's the other stuff, y'all. Caught that. Last thing, well, not the last thing, but kind of wrap it up. Being an African American, and I'm going to say this very seriously, being an African American, it's hard sometimes to make this the Holy Grail when this was used to program my people. Do you know there was a legit Bible called the Slave Bible? I want y'all to do your research. Like I said, this is when science meets religion. Or I should say, I take that back. This is where science meets spirituality. I don't want it to meet religion. Science meets spirituality. Science being technology. You have the tools to look up anything. Google eyes, Slave Bible, King James. Just research these things, and I promise you'll have a different light about the Bible, or at least a different mindset. That I'm not saying to stop believing, but you got to understand this book was used as a tool to condition people like me. Legit, it's called this. Okay, let me read an excerpt about the Slave Bible. It was a prepare a short form of public prayers together with the selective portions of Scripture, particularly those which relate to the duties of slaves toward their masters. The person that edited that version, those was his words. He was the Bishop of London at the time. The Bishop of London created a slave Bible. Whew, right? That's deep. A bishop created a Bible to keep people enslaved. This can't be the end all be all, especially the King James version. Now, this is the version that I'm reading. My grandmother left their King Jameses, but again, I'm studying so many other things. This is the time where you grab a hold of science, you grab a hold of spirituality, and you find a way to merge that. You gotta find a way to merge that. You got to. You got all the answers are right there for you. God is literally creating new sources for you to become the best version of you. He's sending people like me to help you be enlightened in ways that you need to be. Not in my way, your ways. Ooh, that was good. So, again, I'm not knocking the Bible. I read the Bible every day. I get my daily word from it, but this is not the end all be all. I also pick up other things. I listen to other things. I read other things, right? I research other things. Science and spirituality is where we have to connect the dots because that's the time we're in. Foundation. All right, this is the foundation of your house. Pick up other things to build that house. This can't be the foundation and everything. It can't. Only because it's a lot of dark history with this book. And it's still no, you're not. I'm not saying it isn't what it is, but I'm saying again, unless you've read the original Bible written in Greek or Aramaic, you won't fully get the dynamic of what the disciples was trying to write and say. They didn't speak in English. All the names we know them as, Mark, Luke, John, that's not their real names. Look at their Hebrew names. A lot of us probably can't say that shit. You know what I mean? So, we're going to dive deep into all of this. For sure. Like I said, it was just me touching on this, letting you know when it comes to the Bible, I'm not one of them people that this is the Holy Grail. Nah, like I said, I got a book coming out. Buy my book. That can help you too. Trust me. It's called Impossible. Change the word impossible to I'm possible. Watch you do the unstoppable. That came from God. To change the impossible to I'm possible. I am who I am. We are waking Christ consciousness up. You are a God on this earth. And another thing, I don't always be knowing what scriptures they are, like the actual number of them, because I read so many books. I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm not one of the people that be like, oh yeah, that's just scripture. I know it though. I know it though. You feel me? I know it. So we kind of done with this. Like I said, I do my research. You saw, bam. I do my research. It's time for y'all to do y'all's. Foundation, and now we go build our house to become the best version of us. The God version. Christ consciousness is here. Oh, I can't wait to dive into Revelation. Oh, last thing. There's no way you believe in the Bible but don't believe in magic. You have angels, demons. You have angels having intercourse with humans, right? Revelation alone is almost like a Harry Potter book, the way they talk about certain things. Again, science, spirituality, you merge them, you're going to become a very powerful person. But it starts with opening that mind's eye. Open that mind's eye, that third eye, that pineal gland. Don't use these to see. Use this one. Look beyond the physical of what's going on. What's in the dark is coming to light. Trust me. So I'm gonna leave you on that note. I know I said a lot of other controversial stuff, but that was again to weed out the weaklings. We're here for the one, not the 99. So I'll see you next episode. We're actually back into normal, podcasting. Next episode is 5G versus 5D. World War III is coming, but it's going to be a spiritual war. So I'm just going to talk about the divide on the earth. How some people are going spiritual and some people are going to be stuck in that realm of 3D and almost like hell on earth type situation. So I don't want to, go too far too fast, but we're changing the mind, body, soul, Christ consciousness, God, Jesus, Holy Spirit, mind, body, soul. Have a great day. I will see